Money back on and so if he fails to win the Arkle. Plus, money back if your horse finishes second to the SP favourite in any Channel 4 or RTE race during Cheltenham.
Okay, listen, we'll kick on with the champion hurdle if we can. I suppose the feature race on day one, and a fascinating race for so many reasons. Leon, would you just tell us where the market is at the moment? Where's the money?
Yeah, look, I mean, at the moment, Hugh, Faen, of course, he was a very impressive winner 12 months ago in the Neptune. He's the even money favourite. The Neptune has a good record of providing champion hurdle winners. The new one, second favourite, he also won that corresponding race a year previous. He's 3-1 second favourite. 9-2 Jetski, the current champion hurdle holder. Hurricane Fly, who's won it twice. One of a very select few horses who's regained the champion hurdle. He's in there at 8-1. And then it's 14-1 Arctic Fire. There's only 8 horses that have been confirmed today, so at least punters have got the first 3. But Faen at the moment, he's levels, even money. But we're going to push him out tonight. We're going to go 5-4 Faen, which is top industry price. I don't know, Hugh. Look, he's done what he's had to do this year. He's done it very well. He was so impressive 12 months ago. So I think having form around the track is a big plus. It's going to be a tough decision for Ruby. Hurricane Fly's won it twice. I mean, he's a world record holder in Grade 1 winners. I still think he'll pick Faen. Maybe his dad will tell us different. The new one, you could say he was a little bit unlucky last year. He was obviously in behind our Connor when he fell. Jetski is a better horse at Cheltenham, but to me, I don't know about him this year. Look, I mean, it's a cracking race. It's whether you're a favourite backer and you want to take 5-4 Faen. That's the big question you have to answer.
Well, Ted, I suppose, can you shed any light on what Ruby might be thinking? Is there a decision for him to make?
I'd say there is probably decision. Loyalty with Hurricane Fly. He's been there, done it. And the new one, the Faen on the way up. Like most people, I didn't ask him. That's not my worry about him, but I would imagine, and so would the lads here as well, Faen looks the one that he'd be riding. You know what I mean? He's not 5-4 favourite or even money. It would be a surprise to me if he didn't ride him, but maybe I've been surprised before. He rode Cato Star, not Denman. Yeah. And he should have ridden Denman.
We won't go there.
so that's everyone makes their own choices in life. I don't know. Faen, skimpy enough old price maybe at 5-4, but having said that, I think he's a better price at 5-4 than Noon Dessous is at 7-4 on.
Really?
To go around over fences. I do, yeah.
I heard Katie say last night that she doesn't think Faen has beaten anything of note this year, and she can't believe he's that short.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the way she thinks. We all have different opinions. It's good to see it. I mean, he mightn't have beaten any stars, but he beat them all very easily.
Yeah.
And he's a very light campaign. He's very fresh horse going there. He's had no hardship whatsoever. He was impressive there last year, but for me, he was even more impressive when he came back to Punchestown over 2 miles. His jumping, which I thought was a little bit in and out last year, has got better. I know he hasn't been tested, but I don't know there isn't a front runner, and it's not going to be a big champion hurdle. There's only 8 declared or confirmed. That might be 7 or 8. It's a handy field to ride in, as the lads will tell you. There won't be much trouble. There's plenty of galloping there. I don't know. I think that he'd be, if he's the horse that we think he is and we hope he is, I don't think it's a vintage champion hurdle.
And Gordon, I suppose Hurricane Fly, so many people love him for so many reasons, obviously, and good reasons at that. He's had a tough season, though, so far. He's had a couple of really tight battles with Jetski, and he is 11 years of age, and that has to go against him.
He has, but isn't he a little terrier of a horse? So he is. If Hurricane Fly won, I'd say it'd be a cheer you'd never seen Cheltenham like it. I suppose out from if Tony Mackay won the Gold Cup. But look, I think Ruby ride Faen. He's a young horse on the way up. I'd say there's no doubt about it. He'll ride it if he gets there in one piece. And
Willie Mullins has already said, out of every runner that he has, that if Hurricane Fly wins, that's the one he'd be most pleased about.
Listen, I don't think there's a person in Ireland that wouldn't like to see Hurricane Fly win. What he's done is phenomenal. He doesn't get the credit he deserves.
Davy, from Ruby's point of view, you know, he has a decision to make, obviously, and loyalty does come into it, as Ted said, to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, does he just have to choose what he thinks is the best horse and that's it?
For sure. Look, come here. Ruby's going to ride the horse that he feels is going to win the race. I think ground conditions might have a factor in it as well. I don't think it's going to happen, but if the ground was soft on the first day, it would increase Hurricane Fly's chance. It would decrease Jetski's and the new one's chance, and it wouldn't make any difference to Faen. But I feel the ground is going to be nice on the first day, and I think Jetski is going to be the biggest danger to the favourite. I just feel Ted touched on it, that you know he's jumping. Now he done an extraordinary thing last year. He missed the third last and the second last poorly, but it made no difference to him. Now whether a champion hurdle, if he makes them mistakes, it'll make a difference to the result. I don't know, but he done the same at the last in Kempton, and it made no difference to him. He didn't lose any momentum. He just seems to land on his, when he lands on his hind legs, he doesn't make a mistake as in he tips out in his head. He just drops his hind legs first. But it doesn't seem to slow him down. So the only worry I'd have, if he'd done it through the middle part of the race too many times, that would have a factor, and I think the one horse that has the ability and the class and the liking for the track to exploit that would be Jet Ski.
Okay, Jet Ski, Liam, his preparation is almost identical to last year, and you know he was 10-1 at the off of the champion hurdle last year because you know he hadn't beaten the top guys in Ireland, if you like. But Jessica Harrington says you know his best form is on good ground. He loves Cheltenham, as we know, last year, and he is still a big prize for a defending champion.
Yeah, but still, on what we've seen this year, like Jet Ski, Hurricane Fly, there's only a length, half a length. Even you could throw in Arctic Fire, there's nothing, you know, he's only just behind him. And everybody is saying, oh yeah, the new one was unlucky last year, and which he certainly was. But suppose he didn't make that mistake, how much would he have beaten Jet Ski? You know, I think he'd have been near enough to him. So I think they're all much of a muchness. And in the hope that Faen is a bit special, I'd be like everybody else.
Leon?
Fancy Faen.
Yeah, look, I mean, like as I said earlier, like I think it's your own decision. Like if you want to back a horse at 5-4 and put your money behind him, I think he is the horse that we're all excited about because he is the newcomer. I agree with Ted. I thought he was very impressive at Punchestown last year, dropping back and trip to 2 miles. I actually think the quicker they go in this champion hurdle, I think the better he'll jump. The new one, I was over in Twiston Davis last week there, and he's bullish, but sure, they're all bullish. Yeah. Because, I mean, if they weren't bullish, I mean, sure, they wouldn't be in the job.
The new one likes that track, though. He likes coming up that hill.
He does like the track, but you know something? I thought he got caught for toe last year. He made up the ground he lost.
Bad mistake when Aaron Connor fell, though, and that kind of hampered him.
Yeah, and listen, I mean, like I said that myself, it was, you know, he was unfortunate, he was behind Aaron Connor, but I thought just when the race started to turn on the taps, he was caught for a little bit of toe. And if you remember the race last year, he went by Hurricane Fly, who was nearly stopped. And it looked better on camera because he was going by Hurricane, who was in third, he took third. But he never really gained on the front two.
Looked better to me because I had a few quid in him.
Yeah, well, look, I mean, listen, sure we'll all be swayed by our pocket. I'm with Faen. I think at 5-4, there's enough question marks about the rest of them.